So, how did Halloween develop into, well, the commercialized version that we think of it today? This is part two of the origins of Halloween. Now, this is where we start to talk about American colonialism. Now, a lot of people associate Halloween with the northern states, right, because they're fall foliage and because of Salem, Massachusetts, and the witch trials, things like that. But it's because of that culture behind the witch trials that Halloween was not a northern holiday. The people there were far too Protestant and Puritan to want to celebrate a day that was, about the demons and ghosts and goblins on the other side. So instead, no, it was actually primarily celebrated in colonial America in Maryland, because Maryland was a Catholic colony, and of course, a lot of the Irish that were celebrating this were Catholic. And the colonies below that in the South, because, they were just far less religious, so they were much more open-minded to a holiday like that. Now, of course, you have to give the holiday time. Through American colonialism, it became kind of a neighborhood holiday there, and it did spread. And by the 1920s, now we're still talking, that's, a couple hundred years after American colonialism, but by the 1920s is when it really started to kind of be a well-known neighborhood holiday. And it was really, American consumerism that took it that next step further when trick-or-treating began, when, costumes started to be made more mass-produced, when in the 1950s they started to think of, we can make Halloween movies and we can have, more of these things. And of course, from there, when it was an American consumeristic holiday, that's when it kind of spread back to the rest of the world. And, again, still, a lot of the world does not celebrate Halloween the way Americans do. I lived in Ireland for a while, and they certainly did celebrate it, but not at the degree that Americans kind of go crazy for it with. But it was really American consumerism that took it that next level, after it kind of caught on in the colonies and spread through the neighborhoods, and then eventually just with time developed into what it is today. And of course, we do not think of Halloween as being anything religious. It does not relate back to Roman Catholicism at all in our modern times. We do still equate the harvest stuff, and of course, those originations of the harvest and of costumes and of, demons, ghosts, goblins all originate back from that Samhain festival in pagan Celtic Ireland. But the way we know it today is really just something that took a lot of time to get to. And again, it's not about the northern colonies, it's not about the witches, it's not about fall foliage. It was just about the people that had an open mind for a holiday like that. So happy early Halloween. I hope you enjoyed the history lesson, and be safe tomorrow.